Let's speculate for a minute. What happens if there's a general election right now? Can Gordon Brown and the Labour Party stay in power? Will David Cameron lead the Conservatives back to government for the first time since 1997? What about Nick Clegg and the Liberal Democrats? Or could we see history in the making and a minority party being catapulted up to government? Now, you might dismiss all of this as just idle speculation, but it's closer to happening than you might think, because the Scottish Nationalist Party, along with the Welsh Nationalist Party, are tabling a motion of no confidence in Gordon Brown's government. Now, if this is successful, it could potentially trigger a general election in the country. Gordon Brown keeps resisting calls for a general election because he says he wants to clean up the MP's expenses scandal first, but the Nationalists are saying that actually MPs have lost all their authority in the wake of this scandal, and the only solution now is to go to a general election. The Nationalists have toppled a Labour government before with a vote of no confidence. They did it to Jim Callaghan in 1979, but of course he didn't have a parliamentary majority. Gordon Brown does. If they're successful in this, what happens as a result of this general election? You see, a lot of people are very disillusioned by the three major political parties, particularly because of the expenses scandal. Quite a few disillusioned Labour voters may turn to a minority party like the SNP, the Greens, UKIP, and you have the potential of a minority party being thrust up into government. Now, how close is it to actually happening? Well, at the moment in the polls, the Conservatives are looking like they're in a pretty strong position to take power again. The Liberal Democrats will probably make some good gains. It doesn't seem that Labour has any credibility left in the face of the scandal, and we'll probably see Labour have a hugely reduced presence in Parliament. That said, there's no reason why a minority party couldn't make significant gains in the House of Commons. As we've said, there's all these disillusioned Labour voters, and they're going to be looking for somewhere to turn to. So here's a couple of questions. How far forward will the minority parties come in the face of disillusioned Labour voters? What's going to happen to Labour when the country actually comes to a general election? Log on to catch21.co.uk and leave us your thoughts and opinions on these questions.